Hey, I wanted to talk about two areas or two major points that that are critical. If you're in your career or if you're in business, that we should stay focused on. And those two major points are our mindset is one, and number two is a larger purpose. What is your larger purpose? What is your mindset? Well, let's dive into those because the two are different. You say, how so? Well, everything starts with our mindset. Our mindset is basically our viewpoint or how we see or our perspective on the different things that happens in our life. Every aspect of our life starts with our mindset, like our beliefs, everything. For instance, our relationship. What is your mindset regarding relationships? Whether you're in a marriage or in a relationship with someone or not, having that right mindset is going to be important to how successful you're going to be in that relationship. If it's a young lady and you're looking for that right guy, well, what is your mindset regarding that individual? Regarding how you're going to find that right person? And the mindset could be a little misled. For instance, if you haven't done your homework, or sometimes we don't do the self-development we need to. We may have been in more than one relationship. We may have been in one failed relationship. Well, it starts sometime with ourselves. We are responsible for the individuals who we're with. So accountability is certainly important, and making sure that as for our part, that we do what we need to do to make sure that we are developed, that we know ourselves. What is our mindset when it comes to wealth? This is a huge one that I get talked to a lot about from coaching individuals. They say, hey, gee, I want to, I got to get that to be successful. I want to be successful. So I got to get $1 million. I got to get $2 million. Or they may have a set amount of money they need to make. And that's what they look at as the goal to their being happiness. But guess what? Happiness comes from within. Or as the late Wayne Dyer said, that happiness is the way. So if we can't be happy because of trying to focus on getting money, getting things outside of the body, because happiness starts within. It's almost like when if you're a kid, or even now, you know who you are. Hey, we get an ice cream cone. Ice cream make everybody happy, right? But it doesn't bring happiness. And that's what we have to have ourselves. And so having that happiness of being happy with who we are inside, man, it makes a huge difference in our life. So having the right mindset is what's going to take you to reach your goal. Now, number two, you go back to the larger purpose. Do you understand the larger purpose? For instance, if you have that relationship, what is your larger purpose with that relationship? You say, hey, I want a person that I can grow old with, or that I can have for companionship, or I want to find my soulmate, right? Is that your larger purpose? Having the right mindset and having that larger purpose is critical, even in our career. You just take a job just to take it because of a paycheck? Well, if you do, more than likely, 9 out of 10 times, people job hop who do that if you don't have a larger purpose in mind. Or it could be anything with wealth. Individuals I've talked to always think about, I want to build wealth. And we forget that we're already rich in this country. This is the hardest thing to teach an individual, is to be content, because you're already making $1 million. And I'll talk about that in another video. But right now, being focused, understanding the larger purpose when it comes to what you're trying to do. And the biggest question, or the biggest stump to that question is, I want to get that $1 million. I want to get that $2 million. And so I ask the question, why? Why do we want to make the money? Why do we need the money we want to make? Why do we have the goal? The richest person who was in the world at one time, Steve Jobs, talked about his philosophy on wealth, on money, changed once he got sick. You see, I always say, never die rich while living poor. And how do you do that? If you're in poor health with all the money in the world, you're broke. If you have a poor relationship with all the money in the world, you're broke. If you have a poor social life with all the money in the world, you're broke. What good is money if you have not taken care of the other aspects of your life? You see how money is just one aspect of being successful. You have to be successful in your spiritual life. Well, your spiritual life, spirituality is huge. What's your relationship with God? Remember, spirituality is not about what we do. We say, hey, I'm a preacher, I'm a minister, I'm a pastor. That doesn't mean that that's your spirituality. Our spirituality is our relationship with God and how our relationship is around the things that God built. Do we appreciate those things? Like the mind, body, and soul. Do we appreciate meditation? How we need to keep the mind in focus. Do we appreciate gratitude, gratification? So, what's your larger purpose? Focus on these things, because if you do, it's going to help you be successful. And if you don't know how to do that, if you're trying to get to that next level, right now we're 3 months into the new year, right? So I hope you're focused on your goals. I hope you're making your goals. I know I am. It took a couple of months to compete with myself. Oh, I got one more for you. One more that I run into a lot. And this has to do with our nationality or race. Sometimes individuals feel because they have a different race that they're getting left behind. But what is your mindset when it comes to your value? And when I say value, do we know our value? Because sometimes we start competing with another race. We start competing. We say, hey, I'm just going to let's be direct. An individual said, hey, you know what? I will never make the money a white person has in the same position as mine. And so I looked at him and I said, why are you competing with that individual? Well, what if a person of another nationality, of an Asian descent, come along and he's making, or she, making more money than both of you? Then both of you did not appreciate your value. Never compete with anyone else, regardless. Or if you think the odds stacked against you, oh, they are, if you think they are. But they never are, because we negotiate. We get what we allow. We get what we allow. Know your value and don't accept less than that value. So understand that and understand the larger purpose. You see, the larger purpose is you're thinking that that person is making more money because you're feeling at a disadvantage. So don't allow little things like that to creep upon you. Have the right mindset when it comes to anything in life. So I'm G. If I can help you, please call me. Or you can email me or text me. You can go to my website, theselfempowermentgroup.com. I'll be glad to help you if you never work with a coach. If you don't want to work with me, get someone in your corner. Because you cannot win without a coach. Maybe you can reach a certain level. Yeah, you can make some money. But you will not win without a coach. I'm telling you from experience, you have to be able to bounce those ideas. You don't know what you don't know. What we think we know sometimes, once we talk to that other individual, they help us to grow. The more you know, the more you grow. So, selfempowermentgroup.com is the website. Empowerment@writeme.com is my email. Contact me there. I would be glad to help you. It's painless, and I guarantee you'll be happy that you got a coach, you got someone in your corner. I listen. We do it your way. But one thing, you got to do it if you want to reach that next level. So don't ignore the right mindset. What is your mindset regarding a coach? What is your mindset in regarding a mentor? Maybe you have somebody in your corner. Maybe it's your mom. Maybe it's your sister. Maybe it's your brother. Maybe it's somebody else. But if you do, congratulations on that. Apply the right mindset and make sure you have a larger purpose in mind. And if you do, I can guarantee you this, folks. You will be successful in your life. I'm G the Great. I will see you on the next video. And in the meantime, make each moment of your day great.